Hello there! This video will be about reacting to drafts of a Genshin PvP match in the Abyss. A streamer YouTuber called Aspig started few years ago a PvP concept where two players perform against each other by comparing their time to clear the Abyss. The fastest wins, but they need to compose their teams and there are some rules. Each player gets 4 bans total, and players pick their characters by turn. To balance the match, the player with a lesser character box value will have additional bans. If you think you can guess who would win after each draft, comment below, share your guess. After the draft, there will be the link to the match in the description so you can go watch the run and see who the winner is. Final reminder, this is the current Abyss lineup, so keep this in mind because players are going to pick and ban according to these monsters. Okay, so this is a match between Aiko, which is now the new champion because he won previous match, and Rich Sky, who has a little more score box. So Aiko has 4 bans, 3 standard bans with Emily, Chlorine and Varesa. 3 characters that he doesn't have and that Rich Sky has, and a Joker ban on Raiden, so it means he can still pick Raiden but Rich Sky cannot. By the way, Chlorine and Varesa are 2 good, very good Electro main DPS to work on the bottom part, and Emily is a very good character for the burning team, also for the bottom part, so these 3 characters are very good bans because Aiko doesn't have them and they are strong in this Abyss. Okay, so let's start the draft. We have the first pick for Aiko. He's banning... oh wow, the bans are very fast. So we have Nahida Yelan ban, Moalani from Rich Sky because Aiko has it Constellation 2 and he doesn't. We haven't seen yet the Raiden Joker ban being banned from Rich Sky. What else can be banned here? So, do we have a Kinish? I don't see Kinish, so this Burn Kinish team is already out of the way. So we have an Escoffier ban and a Citlali ban, so Citlali because Rich Sky doesn't have it, and Escoffier which is a little stronger on Rich Sky's side. Okay, Rich Sky is going to ban Furina. What is going to be the first pick trade then? Because Neuvillette is still open. Okay, he wants to ban Neuvillette, but then Furina will be probably taken by Aiko. We still have Arlecchino open, so Rich Sky wanted probably to get Arlecchino. Okay, great. And he's taking Chevreuse as well to do some overload team and be able to do good pyro application on the bottom side. Now Aiko needs to get some pyro characters very fast before they get banned or taken by Rich Sky, so the Pyro Traveler is probably going to be taken, which is good enough most of the time for the pyro application on the Noctame application as well, but he's taking, okay, he's taking Bennett with it as well. For now I think the draft is going well for both of the players. Maybe the Kazuha could be a good potential for both of them for extra pyro application. Now Rich Sky has Chevreuse, but he doesn't have enough elemental application for the Noctame shields, so he's going Xiangling, but I think he still needs to take Fischl because Chevreuse Xiangling is usually not enough. And if he is going with Arlecchino with them, he obviously needs an Electro character. Okay, he's taking Yansan. I think for me here Fischl is a must pick because Aiko is going to take it or to ban it anyway. Okay. This is a little scary for Rich Kai. I don't know what Yansan is going to be with, but I don't think it could be with Arlecchino. It could be with Chevreuse for another carry, but there is no burst carry in the Overload team. I don't know what he wants to do with it. Okay, so Aiko is picking his first main DPS for probably the top side with a Navia that is going to be maybe with Furina, not necessarily with the Bennett. And now Rich Kai will be the first pick and he has a ban to do. So I don't know what could be the most effective ban here for him. I mean, Kazuha could still be a good ban for the bottom side if Aiko goes something like Monopyro or yeah, another main DPS with Anemo Shred, but okay, he's going for the Zhongli because Zhongli could be a good support for Navia. Do they have Xilonen? Xilonen is still open, so I don't understand why Zhongli is a priority here. Okay, so we have still Fischl and Auroron for Rich Kai, so this is probably why Rich Kai didn't pick Fischl as soon as he could, because he's thinking he still have two options. Okay, he's banning Xilonen. I think that's a better ban than the Zhongli. And I'm guessing Aiko should ban maybe Fischl or Auroron. But in any case, I think, yeah, Rich Kai could take both, but he's still banning Fischl to force him to pick Auroron. So now Rich Kai must pick the Auroron. If he doesn't pick it now, he will be in a big trouble, I think. Okay, he's going for Xianyun. Is he going to pay some Xiao team? And so the Arlecchino would be bottom. Okay, I'm not quite sure of what they are building right now. Help me, please. So Aiko is taking Hutao and okay, yeah. So he's doing Hutao Vape or Hutao Monopyro maybe on the bottom. Rich Kai is thinking about the Xiao, but he doesn't know which character he should pick in priority. So maybe he thought Xiao won't be taken anyway from Aiko, so he's going to take his two support. But why is he taking Jin? Here Aiko could take the Xiao and just play it with the like Anemo set just for the like resistance thread, and Rich Kai would be completely out of the game. Okay, but he didn't. But wait, why Jin? Okay, let's just focus on Aiko first. So he did a Navia team with Zhongli because Xilonen was banned. He is taking the Bennett with Navia to get the healing, and he decided to go only with the Pyro Traveler for the Pyro application with the Hutao. And the Noctame will be managed by the Pyro Traveler as well, and there is two Hydro characters for the Vapes. I think both teams are very strong. This is quite solid, and he won't have any issue for the mechanics. On the other side, for Rich Kai, so we have a Xiao on the top side, which is not bad, but well, we have a Jin instead of a Furina or a Yansan, and we have like a little anemo resistance in the first room, so I'm not quite sure Xiao would be that fast against the Navia. I think it might be even slower. On Rich Sky has enough pyro applications, but I don't think he have like enough elemental application for the third room to get rid of the Noctame shield of the boss. So first of all, in the second room I think he will be quite slow because of the same issue, and in the third room I think he will let the boss explode. It won't be stunned. I don't think it will be stunned. For me, Yansan is really not necessary here. It should be Fischl or Auroron. Okay, so let's go. So for me here, Aiko has clearly advantage, I think, overall. If we go back, yeah, around here, just right before the bans, I think at this point it wasn't Yansan. The pick wasn't Yansan. The priority was Fischl, and then he would be fine. And he could take Yansan later on if he wants, just for the Xiao team instead of Jin. But yeah, I don't think like Aiko would have picked him. Like he could, but the mechanics are so important in this abyss. Yansan for me here is not a priority. And even at this point, when he was here, he still had the opportunity to take Auroron instead of Jin and play Yansan with Xiao, and Auroron would go with Arlecchino. So here is the second time he is doing the mistake for me. He had twice the opportunity to get an Electro character that would have good elemental applications for the Noctame shields, and he missed both. Yeah, so of course this is all theory, assuming that he doesn't have enough elemental applications for the Noctame shields, but I'm 95% sure of that. Maybe he will do something that I didn't think about, and he will do better, but for me it doesn't. Okay, and on the other side for Aiko, the draft is really going well. I think he got everything he needs at the very beginning, and then he just got his main DPS. The Traveler is always a so big advantage. So who do you think is going to win match 1? Comment below and let's watch the second draft before we move on to the rounds. Okay, so let's go with the second draft now. It has already started, so we have kind of the same ban as earlier. We already have Moanani, Citlali and Furina on Rich Sky side, which is the same. No, it's not exactly the same because Furina is new. And then we have Nahida and Yelan on the other side. So he decided to ban Furina because he doesn't want to pick it first, and he doesn't want to let it stay for Aiko. And he's taking, okay, Arlecchino, but this time it will be a trade-off Arlecchino and Neuvillette. So Aiko is taking Neuvillette and Chevreuse. Chevreuse will be very strong as well with Overload on the bottom as always. And now Rich Sky is taking the Traveler, so this time it is available for him. I think it's a very good choice. And he's taking the Bennett, probably to have more power application and a buffer on the bottom side. Aiko is getting the Xiangling to run with Chevreuse. This is a very strong duo, and he doesn't make the mistake, and he's taking the Fischl as soon as possible. So now Aiko has everything he needs for the mechanics and a first DPS. Rich guy on the other side have also everything he needs for the mechanics, but we don't know exactly what his team composition will be. So okay, he wants to take a Rosalia for melt, I guess. Is he thinking about playing Gaming on top side? So he got Rosalia. I don't think Rosalia would have been banned from Ico, but he still wanted to secure it. Maybe also he doesn't want to show the potential team he could have afterwards. So yeah, but since Rosalia is probably a good duo with Gaming, Ico still guessed that and he banned the Xianyun. Now Rich Guy can ban maybe Xilonen. Xilonen that would go well with Neuvillette, but he's more thinking about banning the Electro main DPS that could go with the Overload team. But Ico has two choices. He has Raiden, Constellation 2, and Yaemiko. So he could go either way on his first pick on the next part. So yeah, I don't know, I would have banned Xilonen instead. Xilonen is obviously going to be taken if it is free for Neuvillette, but okay. So now Rich Guy is taking the Kazuha, but I don't think he could go with the Raiden. So does he really? And yeah, I mean, he doesn't have Raiden, so he cannot even deny pick the Raiden. If he had banned the Raiden, he could maybe deny pick the Yaemiko, but he can't. This Yae ban, I think, is not the best choice. Now Ico is free to get his last main DPS for the Overload team, and he's only missing an Anemo character for Neuvillette, and he's really fine with very strong teams. On the other side, Rich Guy is building his team as well, of course, but is it going to match Ico's team? I mean, it's a Navia Constellation 1 against a Constellation 0, sorry, against a Neuvillette Constellation 1 with almost a perfect team, and Arlecchino Constellation 1 against Raiden Constellation 2, but like, yeah, I think this is equivalent because the bottom part is really about mechanics. So I don't think Rich Guy will get a lot of time advantage there, even if his team is quite good. So the difference will be big enough on the top side with the Neuvillette, and I think it will not get smaller with the bottom side. So here yeah, still the same as draft 1, I'm giving an advantage to Ico, which he has like everything he needs for the mechanics, and Raiden can do extra DPS in the second phase of the first boss. Do not forget that Arlecchino cannot hit as long as the boss is not down, but Raiden can. And yeah, he has everything he needs. On the other side, Rich Guy has everything he needs for the mechanics, but probably way less DPS on the first team with his Navia. So that's it. Who do you think is going to win match 2? Again, comment below, I would gladly have your thoughts. And don't cheat, watch the match after you try to guess. Thanks for watching, I hope it was interesting. Subscribe, like, comment, always helpful, and enjoy the match video.